Okay, good. So it started to record. So as just a general housekeeping, thank you for all the 18 people who have joined. Housekeeping, this is just financial education and empowerment. It's not a trading, or I'm not here to invest on anyone's behalf. I'm here to educate. I'm here to empower people on what is out there, on what they can do to invest. And this is not a get rich scheme. It is not put your money in and tomorrow your money is going to be £1,000. We're talking about wealth building. I've seen people say wealth sufficiency, be able to go around, health, peace, being able to have enough to bless others. This is what we are trying to talk about here. Please take notes. There will be time for questions. If, as I'm talking, questions come up, and please post it here. My co-host would gladly pull those questions together, and at the end I'll answer those questions. As I said, this is an educational and an informational purpose. It is not financial advice. So you are going to get empowered, you're going to get educated on what is out there in terms of what you can do in terms of UK investing. You can please use this time to follow us on Instagram or TikTok. Our co-host will share our Instagram page and our TikTok page. Please follow us, Excel Wealth Academy. Please share the word. If you think that there's somebody out there who would benefit from this masterclass, please share the invite, share the Zoom details. Thanks to everyone who has taken time out of their Christmas to be here to listen to me. I truly, truly appreciate it. Welcome to everybody here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So today, what are your expectations? I want to know what your expectations are in coming into these meetings. I want to understand what you want to achieve from this masterclass. It's a free masterclass. It's a free gift to you. What are your expectations? What do you want to come out of this masterclass with? Please share your opinion, share what you're thinking, share what your expectations are. Before the end of this 1 hour, what are your expectations? What are you hoping that this masterclass will give to you? Okay, so Tino says is to know which areas to invest in. Fantastic. Hopefully you will feel that we have covered this, and that will be my little Christmas gift to you before the year ends as well. Anyone else? What are your expectations for this masterclass? You're taking 1 hour of your precious time to listen to this. I want to know what your expectations are, to know what is out there, how to go about investing in the available options. Great, Ellie. Definitely, we're going to cover that as well. Knowledge of viable investment options. Great. To understand risks as well as processes, minimizing investment risks, maximizing profit. Fantastic. To receive information on where to invest in 2025 and beyond. Fantastic. I think we're all in the right room. I didn't see anybody say, I want how to make my £1 into 20 million tomorrow, because this is not what we are here for. So looking for passive ways on how we can grow investments such as stocks and shares. Fantastic, Jovia. This is you in the right place. And I'm glad that the expectations are in line with this masterclass. So thank you everyone for contributing. We will move on. Disclaimer. So one thing I just want to emphasize is that when you are investing, that it's investing involves market risks. There are potential loss of principal. There's no guarantee to achieve an investment objective. Past performance do not necessarily guarantee future results, but as our mission is, we will elevate every day, we will work on ourselves, we will research, we will do the work that is required to know which stocks are right, which stocks we can do better, and which stocks we think will do better. We'll research, we'll review. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there that investments do involve risks. This masterclass is not an investment recommendation. Any names that I put here, I'm not saying go and buy it. you would have to put in the work. We are talking about legacy of wealth. We're talking about wealth building. So it is not an investment recommendation. You will need to do the research. We will share no responsibility or liability for any action or inaction that you take, and from the information provided, you acknowledge that the statements here are not guarantees for future performance, and actual results may differ materially. Accordingly, no assurances or representations or warranties are being given. This is for educational purposes. This is for you to be empowered to know what is out there, for you to work on it, take the little that you've learned and work on. So, agenda. Once we've cleared the legalities, no guarantees, no warranties, that the agenda today is we're going to, on a high level investing basis, we're just going to talk on a very high level what investing is. We're going to talk about dividend and growth stocks. We're going to talk about ETFs, index funds. I know they're all like big words sometimes for people who are new to this. And that's fine. Co-host, if there are people trying to join, kindly add them. Platforms to buy shares as well. If you're based in Ghana, if you're based in Nigeria, please hold on. There's a bonus here. The information, even though this is a UK masterclass, as I send the information across, I had people from Ghana, from Nigeria reach out to me to say they want to join. So I'm going to share a platform. I've done the research and I've looked for platforms you can actually buy shares in Nigeria. But like I said, you would have to do the research and make sure that you're happy with it before you go ahead. So, what are some of the questions that you have today? I'm sure some of you would have questions. What are stocks? And this is for those who don't really know much about it. What are stocks? What should I look out for what to invest? How can I save, or how can I invest? How can I do better financially next year, 2025? How do I start? Where can I do this? Is this risky? And some of the questions or some of the points that some of you have raised is exactly what people have put. What are stocks? Basically, what I want to also emphasize is this masterclass is mainly going to highlight on stocks. Like the agenda said, there are different investing things that you can do, but this whole masterclass is going to look at stocks, shares, ETFs. So what are stocks? They are basically a part ownership in a company. So you look at a pizza, you buy a very big pizza, and then you just get a slice of that big pizza. That is what a stock is. So you don't get the whole big pizza. You get 1/8, 1/100th, 1/10,000 of that. You are part owner of a company. What should you look out for in terms of what to invest? We're going to talk about that. How can I save or invest? So those are some of the questions that people do ask. How can I save? I had a dress I bought. I said I was going to grow slim. I was going to reduce. I never reduced. 2 years, I never reduced. And somebody, and thankfully she's actually on this call, but because I haven't asked her permission, I won't call out her name. She told me about the app called Vinted app. And I sold that dress for $29.99. That is a saving. I can use that money to buy a share or a stock. So there are ways in which you can actually pull together resources. Yesterday, I was looking through my things with the holidays. I saw a big suit I've not been able to wear because it's just too big. My plan is to put it on Vinted. Hopefully, I get £20. Hopefully, I get £10 from it. It's fine. These are some of the ways you can pull money. How can you invest? I'm going to talk about the platforms that you can do that. How can you do better financially next year? That is exactly what you've done now. You are here. You're here to get educated. You're here to get empowered. So you are already taking the first right step for this. How do I start? Where can I do this? Is this risky? Yes. Every investing, as I said earlier, has risks and returns, but you're going to educate yourself. You're going to empower yourself so that you don't take too much risk, or you work on what works well for you. So investing basis, when we talk about investing, what is it? What is it? All you're trying to do here is you're trying to allocate resources, mostly money, to generate income, dividend, profit, or capital gain. And it could be in the form of stocks, bonds, ETFs, REITs. REITs are companies that own, like, for example, when you go to, for those who live in Aberdeen, they own like commercial buildings and they rent it out. And every month they have like real estate is basically a real estate stock. Physical assets, you can invest in physical asset like buildings. You can buy a house. Those are that is what we call investing. So you basically allocate resource instead of spending all the money that you got. You have to be grateful for your 9 to 5. People, I know people are out there saying, oh, 9 to 5, but you use some of that money, some of that big blessing that God has blessed you, and you're able to make money. You're going to use some of that to actually invest, to actually put some of that money away so that you can generate some income, some dividend, some profit, some capital gain. For those who are not too clear what capital gain means, capital gain is basically if you buy something for £10 and then you sell it for maybe £20. So you've gained £10. So that's the difference. So it's just the appreciation of an asset. So for example, you buy a house, the house is 50,000 today, you sell it in 10 years and it's 100,000. It's obviously appreciated 50,000. But obviously you would have done some works, you would have done different things in the house that might have cost you 10,000. So maybe your true gain would have been 40,000. So all we're just trying to say here is in this masterclass, what we want to be clear is when you're investing the money that you have, free money, even if it's child benefit money, that you're going to invest even for your kids, you're going to allocate some money to generate you future income, future dividend, future capital gain. A lot of people love savings, but savings is not the only way to build wealth. If you want to build wealth, savings is not the only way. In the UK, you only get 0.05%. If you're lucky, 4%, and that is like £40 on £1,000 in a whole year. So if you're lucky, that so what hopefully from this masterclass, I want you to come off the mindset of saving and move into the mindset of investment. How can I build a portfolio? How can I use the money that um, God has blessed me with to then, bring in some money, bring in some income, bring in some dividend, bring in some profit. Why would you even want to invest? Some people would ask, why invest? We invest to build wealth because there's potential high returns from that. It can create multiple sources of income. We all saw what happened during COVID. If you're fully reliant on your 9 to 5 and that goes, that is a big issue. It's to enable you to enjoy comfortable retirement, not at the age of, in the UK, we have, I think, 67 in which you would have to retire. Unfortunately, some people would still have to keep working because they can't afford to pay their mortgage at that age. But if you want to enjoy comfortable retirement, you have to come out from the concept of saving and think about investment. Think about what you can do to build your portfolio so that you would have a comfortable retirement where you will get income or dividends coming in every month so that you don't have to exchange time for money. You don't have to use your energy and your sweat to get money. You can just be there and your shares are yielding dividends or your property is yielding income for you. Somebody might say, I want to fund education. In Scotland, thankfully, most children get university education for free. But sometimes you would have to pay for their lodging, you would have to maybe give them money for food. But if you do have some investment, it would have yielded high returns so that you would just, liquidate those assets and help those kids fund their education, help them. Or maybe you are like me, you love traveling, you want to go and see the world. You traveling just makes you alive. It just gives you so much joy. Or you have other interests. Investment is also a way to help you with that. It can also help you to beat inflation as well. Today, what you bought for £1, tomorrow it will be £3. And so I think the key thing for me from this is today, when you come out of here, come out from the mindset of saving. Think about investment. And that hopefully is the Christmas gift I want to give to everyone. As I said earlier, investing does involve risks and return. So you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. You potentially want to think about diversifying, maybe owning some property, maybe buying some stocks, just to reduce your risks because you never know what is going to happen. So you're going to educate yourself, you're going to empower yourself. Just as you are here today to listen, to know what you need to do or what is out there, you're going to continue to elevate yourself. You're going to continue to empower yourself. You're going to continue to educate yourself. I must say that investing involves market volatility and there's risks of loss of your entire investment. That is the honest truth. Sometimes shares are up, sometimes shares are down. That is the reality. If you're educated about it, you know it happens. You don't shake or you don't get scared. Oh, things are going up and down. Oh, my money is down. If you've educated yourself and you've invested in the right stock, you will not be worried. You know that, okay, and you have to make room for losses. I have had losses from my investments. You have to make it a learning game. You're learning, you're going to be better, you're elevating yourself every day. It also takes time and effort to research. Market fluctuations can cause you some stress. So you need to be aware of this. But there are good things from investing. As I said, it can help you to build wealth. It can help you to create multiple sources of income. So I've talked about stocks. It's a part share of, say, a big pizza. So day in my life, I want you to think about a day in your life. This morning, just reflect back. Because stocks is a part share of a company. What did you brush your teeth with today? What soap did you bath with? What did you use to clean your earbuds? I don't know if you guys can see what I'm holding here. Um, I don't know if anyone can see what I'm holding. Um, I don't know if anyone can see what I'm holding, but yeah. Anyways, if you maybe you use the cotton bud today, what social media did you use? Which phone did you use? I have an Android phone. What company actually does the phone that I use? What are my favorite products or appliances? I love my Ninja blender. I used to buy blenders every year. It will get spoiled. I bought a Ninja blender. It cost a bit, but it's been fantastic. I've had it since I think 2021 for 3 years, and it's not caused me any issues. What are your favorite products? What are the favorite appliances that you like? Who manufactures them? Do you think that it will be good for you to get a part ownership in that company because they have lovely products? What is your dream car? Is it Tesla? Do they have stocks? Can I get a bit of them? What is your favorite bag? Are you a Gucci person? Who produces this? Are you a Louis Vuitton person? While you're buying that fancy Louis Vuitton bag, can you check if maybe there are stocks? Um, there's a stock of Louis Vuitton that you can buy. Is there a perfume that you like? Which company? So it is really not that complex when you talk about stocks. It happens to you every day. You are involved with companies. You are involved with companies that have shares, that have stocks in the stock market. So I want you to spend this time to think about some of some of the things you do each day. Today, when you woke up, what did you do? which network, social media, what social media did you use? If you got this what do you call it, this invite, you got it potentially on WhatsApp. Do you know that WhatsApp is owned by Meta? Do you know that actually Meta is a stock? If you remember Facebook, I think it started, I'm not too sure of this, but maybe it started maybe in 2008, thereabout or something. And it's grown. It's a company that you've seen that people are using. Amazon, have you delivered something with Amazon recently? Have you watched something on Netflix? This is the way to think about stocks. This is the way to think, okay, what can I invest in? It's not that complex. All I'm going to do is I'm going to think about the day in my life, what I use, what products I use, and what social media I use, and find out which company actually um, produces or provide the service. So then, after you found out that, so I want people to put there what what product or what companies they think they have used today. So please put a message on the chat what company you think you've used today. Have you used Facebook? Have you used Google? What company have you used? We're using Zoom now. Do you know that Zoom has a stock in the stock market? Do you know that? I want everybody to be reflective. I want us to be participative in this because I want to make sure that you come out of this empowered. You come out of this knowing what stocks are, at least having a basic idea of what is. So WhatsApp, Meta, someone has said Dell. Yes, Dell, Meta, Samsung, Zoom, Unilever, Colgate, just so many things. So there are so many fantastic companies out there that you have used that you can get a piece, a bite, a piece of their pizza. All the profits that they are making from people you can see on Facebook, people are doing a lot of adverts and they're charging them money. The company is making a lot of profit. You can get a bit of that profit. You can get a bit of that profit. So I want you TikTok, Amazon, so you can see it's really not that complex. You get involved with stocks, you get involved with shares in your day-to-day activity. So thanks to everyone who has put down some point. I'm glad it's helped you to note that stocks, they are very close to us. The key thing as well, after you found out those names, what you need to do is to make sure you are doing your research and checking their performance. For example, how long it has been in existence, is it profitable, and things like that. So aside from knowing the things that you've used, you would need to look at their performance and how long they've been in existence. So I want to make this practical. Apple. I know somebody wrote Apple earlier. Apple. So on the 12th of December 1980, where were you? I wasn't born, but I'm sure there are people on this platform who potentially were born on the 12th of December or before the 12th of December 1980. The cost of Apple stock was marginally less than 10 cents. Literally, it wasn't even up to a pound compared to today's terms. When COVID happened and people were moving up, worried and things like that, it came all the way down to about $57.31. And in on the 27th of December, that was as at yesterday, Apple closed at $255.59. So if you actually owned an Apple, or if the child benefit that you had for your child in 1980, you decided to buy one stock of Apple for your child, or you invested it in your name, that and you put in, say you go 100, I'm just putting in figures here, you put in $100 worth from one stock that was maybe less than 10 cents, and you bought $100 worth of Apple stock in 1980. You, on the 27th, which was yesterday, that stock would be 257,000 as at yesterday if you had bought an Apple stock in 1980. That would have been a gain of $256,900. If you had invested $1,000 in 1980, you are basically a millionaire now because that money is 2.5 million and it's a gain of $2.5 million. So this is the reality of what is out there. I don't know which bank account you can save $100 to get $256,000 in the UK. Please let me know if there's any bank account I would love because I love to learn. Please let me know. But if you had invested in one stock or if you had invested $100 in 1980 for Apple stock, this is where you would have been yesterday and you hadn't touched it. This is where you would have been yesterday. If during COVID and when people were saying, oh, the world is coming to an end, the stock market is crashing, in Ghana, we have a word called dongomi, dongomi. For those who know about investing, that was dongomi, dongomi. Sales, 50% off, 70% off in 2020. Those who knew about investing, if they had invested $100, so they bought two shares worth of stock because it was about $57. So roughly that stock will be about $445. If during COVID, when people were, oh, the world, this, that, and somebody thought, no, this is sales. Apple is a good product. Everybody is buying the latest Apple 16. It's a good product. And they had invested $1,000 worth in 2020. I'm just talking about 4 years ago, that would be 4,458. If you say 1980 is too far, I don't think, whatever. This is 2020, COVID time. You would have $3,458 sitting in your account for that luxury thing you want to get, that holiday you want to get, that education you want to give to your child. Um, because I don't know of any bank account that you would save to get 3,458 since 16th March 2020. I hope this makes sense. I hope I put in the diagram here, and this is from Yahoo Finance. When you go to Yahoo Finance, you can actually see this. So this is Apple Inc., and you can see that it was somewhere around 61. And as at yesterday, this is December 27th, it's 255.59. So this is the reality of what is out there. And I hope that somebody out there would learn something from this and would implement it. As well, this is a learning platform. This is something to get you empowered. It can also go wrong. So a stock that I personally invested in called TTCF when I began to learn about stock, it was around $20, say in 2021. I had invested in it. The company basically went bust. Some of you don't know what TTCF, it's Tattooed Chef company. And I had just started investing. I started just, COVID, everyone was in. I just started researching and I just followed the hype, get rich scheme. This TTCF is going to do very well. And I just bought, I bought, I bought, I bought. And then now those who have TTCF as at today, December 26th or 27th, is worth nothing. So if you had put £1,000 in TTCF without doing the research, without educating yourself, you will end up with zero. And that is the honest truth. So it's just to give you an overview that you would need to keep learning. You need to keep empowering yourself. You need to find out, is this company profitable? What are their plans? What is the news about Apple? What are they doing? What is their profit last year? What was their sales? Last year, 5 years ago, what was their sale? From Apple, you can see that it started on 61. 4 years down the line, 3 years down the line, is it increasing? How is the graph going? Is it going up? You need to educate yourself and say, okay, I think this company is good. So what are some of the lessons, for example, that I took from my TTCF? The good thing with TTCF was I actually reviewed my portfolio and I saw that it was going down. So I think I sold it maybe 2022, 2023. So what are the key lessons? You need to educate yourself. You need to know once I have found out a product or stock that I like, Educate yourself. Is it a good stock? Check their report. Is it doing well? Do the research, invest what you can afford to lose. I didn't go and take all my savings, and I think that's the problem with investment. A lot of people tend to put all their savings, all their monies, everything, and some people will even borrow. They're sometimes a bit greedy to go and even borrow. Invest what you can afford to lose. I didn't have too much in TTCF, so when it was going down, I just sold it. Maybe I lost 50 pounds, 70 pounds. I was fine with that because that was just excess money. Like I said, I had a dress that I had already bought. I had already, paid money for the dress. There was no way I was going to go slimmer. I've seen that for 2 years. I've not gone slimmer. I used that money to say buy TTCF. So it was money that I could afford to lose because anyways, that money could have been in my wardrobe, hanging in my wardrobe, in my view that I will grow slimmer. So make sure that you are investing in what you can afford to lose. Review your portfolio. Don't just say, oh, Joanna said Apple stock, if I leave it for 40 years, 44 years, it will turn to 2.5 million. You will get a shock if you have a stock like TTCF. You go in there 44 years later and you would have zero. And that is the reality of investing. So you will have to continually go into your portfolio, review it, check and make sure that it's in line with your investment strategy, is in line with your plan. You're listening to the news. What is happening? Are they creating new products? What is their revenue? What is their sales? What is happening? And when you start to hear, oh, this company is going now, not too good news, maybe you can decide, no, I think I want to cut my losses here and maybe 70 pounds. But all of that is your decision. This is not for me to make for you. You would have to make that decision. So I hope that hopefully this gives you an idea of what is out there, what is possible. So someone is a millionaire because in 1980 they invested $1,000 in an Apple stock and now they have 2.5 million. They did not go to work for 40 years to earn that 2.5 million. They actually invested in an Apple stock. So, as I said, this program was also going to talk about this masterclass was going to highlight on growth stocks. So, what are growth stocks? Growth stocks are basically stocks that grow significantly. They grow, their rate is significantly higher above the average for stock market. So Coca-Cola, everybody drinks Coke. That normally would just stay in the range of $60, $54, just it doesn't really increase significantly. But we do have stocks out there that grow exponentially. And as I said, this does not mean that that is what is going to happen in the next 10 years. You will have to keep reviewing your portfolio. You will have to keep doing research. What next? What is out there that potentially would be classed as a growth stock? In 2013, Jim Cramer has this ammonium fund, and you have these were what he classified as growth stocks. So we have Facebook, and we all know most of the time some of these growth stocks, you know them, you use them every day. They are great companies. Facebook, I think everybody on this platform knows about Facebook. Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google. I'm sure everybody knows at least one or two of these companies. So these are growth stocks. And I thought it would be good for me to show you an example of Alphabet. So Alphabet was previously Google, and so it's GOGL, that is the symbol. And basically in trading, so this is the trading 212 app. It's actually increased. So if you had invested in the trading 212 app, it's increased by 1,000%. That is not normal. It's more than the average. Normally stocks would grow maybe 3%, 5%, 10%. But this is not normal. These are some of the stocks out there that grow significantly, exponentially, 1,000%, like you saw in Apple. 1980 till now. Like, how can you pour $1,000 to get 2 point something million? That is a growth stock. So that's Alphabet. You can see it was around £20 and now it's about 100 and sorry, that's Alphabet, and it's now, as at yesterday, it was $192.58. So some of the names have changed. So Facebook, if you go on a stock platform or an investment platform, it's no longer called Facebook, it's now called Meta. So if you are not aware of it, so the new growth stock kind of pneumonym is now Mama. Hopefully, Mama is an easy thing to remember. Meta, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, Alphabet, and the source of this was from Forbes.com. And these are stocks that exponentially they've grown. But like I said, this is not stock recommendation. You would have to do your research, but it's just to make you aware that these are things that are out there. Okay, so we will move on to dividends. So dividends are basically companies that will pay its shareholders in cash. She said, "Oh, we're doing very well. So take a little bit of the profits that we've made." Or sometimes some companies will actually give you stocks as dividends. So that fantastic company that you love, that product that you love, that Apple phone, that Gucci bag, that Louis Vuitton bag that you like, that exorbitant price that they charge, that luxurious price that they charge. Yes, you love the bag, but what you want to tell yourself in 2025 is I'm going to benefit from the interest that, sorry, the profitability, that extra money they are getting from that Louis Vuitton bag. I want to get a bit, I want to share in that pie. I want to eat, I want to benefit from um that gain that they make. And so what they will do is they will pay you dividend, they will give you some amount. Some dividends are paid monthly, some are paid biannually. So it could be twice a month. It could be paid quarterly, it could be paid yearly. So I have given a snapshot of just in May 2024, I had shares in M&G. So this you can see on the 9th of May 2024, I had 415 shares of M&G. And this is my dividend and the ex-dividend date. What that means is as at the 28th of March 2024, I had 415 shares. And so every share that I had, they gave a dividend of 13p. So they said, "Oh, Joanna, we're happy that you're part of us. Thanks for investing in us. Thanks for believing in us. Take 13p per share that you have." And that worked out too. So this is in pence. So that is actually 54.78. So I didn't do anything on the 9th of May. I had 54 pounds 78 coming into my account. So as you keep growing your account, imagine if I had 1,000 of this, what would that be? It would have been close to 100 pounds, just like that. I didn't have to work for it. It was just on my phone and I got 100 pounds. So these are the realities of what is out there. There are things called dividend stocks that you can invest in. But what I would also say is that dividend stocks, they are not guaranteed. These dividends are not guaranteed. But we do have companies who, and that is why you have to do your research. M&G, have they consistently been paying dividends? So if you're deciding to invest in M&G, for example, you look at the trend. What have they done previously? But that is not a guarantee. So if they normally pay May and November, and then in a year they're not paying, then you review your portfolio and say, okay, let me do my research. What else is out there that will pay me if M&G is not paying me anymore? That's why you can't just leave your portfolio like that. You need to keep reviewing it. BP, for example, all of us, we use petrol. They pay quarterly. So if you have some stocks in there, quarterly, you will get that. US stocks and REIT, there are actually dividends or REITs that actually pay dividends monthly. And I could not believe it. Realty income pays you dividend. It's really small. Sometimes it's just $1 or £1. But the more you keep adding, more you keep getting some of their pie, the more your dividend is. So you need to analyze yourself and say, do I want a growth stock? Most growth stocks don't actually pay dividends, but some of them do pay dividends, but sometimes it's really small. But you will see that information on an app. So you have US stocks or REIT. So you have royalty income, which is monthly, main, which is monthly. Like I said, this is not stock recommendation. This is not for you to go out there and say, Joanna said, go and buy royalty income, go and buy main. One other thing that I would need to highlight is that sometimes you might put £50 in a dividend stock, but tomorrow it will actually cost the value of that stock could actually become 20 pounds, but they will still pay you dividends every month. What some strategy people do is called dollar cost averaging. Every time you see that your account is going down, they will just keep adding more stock. They'll just keep adding more stock. So that when I started this MNG, I bought only one because I didn't know what I was doing. I bought one. When the price went down, I bought one, two, three, four, and then gradually this 415 shares you see here was not done in a day. It was since 2021, I believe. Buy 10 stocks, 15 stocks, one stock, two stock. Anytime I see that thing is going down, I kept buying, I kept buying, I kept buying. But like I said, this is just for your education, for you to know that there are things out there that you can make money from. Okay, so we'll move on. There's also ETFs or index funds. So you're like, oh my God, this is all so complex. I just really want this done for me. There are things called ETFs or index fund. So you have the S&P, which is the Standard and Poor 500, where so they gather all the best 500 companies by capitalization, or you can have FTSE 100, which are the top 100 companies in the UK, for example. And what they do, what you do is you buy a share of it, and that share is a piece of all of those 100 UK companies or 500 S&P 500 company, like all the Fortune 500, those great US companies. So instead of buying £1 each of that 500, you just buy one ETF, and that ETF gives you, it might even be 0.01%, but you have a tiny piece of that big pizza of all the S&P 500. So why do that? Maybe you're like, I just don't want the hassle. I don't want to, start picking stocks and I don't know what's happening. It's a good way to diversify. So you buy one stock, but you have bits and pieces in different stocks. So it's good for diversification. It's good for beginners. Um, because you're like, you know what, I just don't, this is just too much. I just want to invest in good companies, let the people do the stuff. I'll just buy one big stock of that and that's it. So an example is VUSA, VUSA, and that is S&P 500. And basically it's about £90 if you're in the UK. It's about £90. So when you invest in that, you have all of the S&P 500 companies. It's normally with low fees and it's passive. So you don't put in, so the company who has that fund would be checking the S&P 500. So every time any company is not part of that 500, they will come off the S&P list and they will readjust. So it's very passive. You don't really do much. You just invest. You buy one share, you just buy one ETF, and you know that that one share that you have is maybe 0.01% of all the 500, great US companies. So you're just trying to understand the whole stock market. It's good for beginners. You don't really know, what to do. So you just want to tread cautiously. It has low fees. And then historically, actually, ETFs and index funds have been known to do well. But like I said, and like I showed in the example, you need to keep reviewing because like TTCF, it can end up at zero. So you need to not just rely on historical performance, but you need to continue to review your account. So an example as well is SPY, which tracks the S&P 500 index. So hopefully, I want to see, I want feedback so far. So far, are you following? I want people to put in some comments there. Tell me, are you following? Is everything clear? Do you have questions? Um, please send comments, do some reactions. I want to see some reactions because there's quite a lot of information here. I just want to make sure that I'm giving you something that you feel that you can go out there empowered. Um, please, please, please put the reactions. Please put in the reactions. I just want to know that everybody is on the right page. You understand what I'm talking about. Um, Good, good. Ellie says, interesting to understand the details you're following. Wow, interesting. Bijalo, good. Please, I just want to make sure everyone is following. There's been a lot of information. Jovia says, very informative. Thanks, Joanna. Thank you. And this is my Christmas gift. So if you didn't get any Christmas gift from me, this is my Christmas gift. Hopefully, 44 years down the line, you will say, Joanna told me about this, and you've been empowered. So, great, great to hear. It's very clear. It's great. It's informative. Mary says, thank you, thank you, thank you. Emanuela says, we'll love to know more. Good. So, one thing to highlight, and the reason this was the free UK Investing Masterclass, was to highlight that in the UK, if you sell shares, if you buy shares and you make some profit or you get dividends, you will actually be taxed. And so there are actually tax efficient ways of investing, and not everybody is aware of this. And so I thought, yes, you know about stocks. Yes, now you know that, oh, when I hold my Apple phone, or when I hold my Google, or when I go on Facebook, I could actually own a piece of that pizza, of that profit that they're making. What you also want to do is to think about how I can get that money tax efficiently. You want to be smart about your money. You don't want to give all your money back to the tax man. You're already taxed quite a lot, so you want to save as much as you can. In the UK, we have individual savings account, ISAs. I believe in the US you would have something similar. In Ghana, we're going to do the research. I know a lot of people have joined from Ghana, and we're going to do more. We're going to empower people in Ghana as well, or Nigeria as well. So we will look at that, but I'm not, so far as I'm aware, I'm not aware of an ISA in Ghana. And so this is called the in individual savings account. So instead of doing so, in this is one example of an app that you can actually invest, and this is actually on my phone. It's not on my PC, it's on my phone, and I will show you how to get to that. So if you put that money in invest, and so let's go back to our example of the Apple stock, 2.5 million. If you had that in the invest account, the tax man is going to get their share. They're going to tax you ridiculously if you sell those Apple shares. But if you bought that in stocks and shares ISA, the government does not touch it. But you still need to keep up to date with the tax rules, because they keep changing. As we saw when the new Labour government came in, they're trying to charge the pension. So you need to keep reviewing, you need to keep updating yourself. But for now, there's something we call stocks and shares ISA. So if you had bought only $100 of that Apple stock, and you had bought it in an ISA account, that 257,000 that you have is all yours. But if you had it in the invest account, which is not a tax efficient account, you basically would have to pay tax on that 257. So in thinking about all these tax, you have to think, how can I, yes, get the profit from all of this, but how can I do it efficiently? How can I do it so that I can retain the bulk of that gain that I'm having? Because obviously you would have paid from your PAYE, from your 9 to 5, you would have paid quite a huge sum of tax. So the little money, that gain that you've had, you want to try and keep it all to yourself. You want to try and, spread your family. You want to fund your children's education. You want to pay for your children to go to Cambridge. I know that a few people from Cambridge have joined this call as well. You want to fund them. You want to do this. You want to do that. If it is an invest account, I'm sorry, the tax man is going to get a big bite of that. But if you have it in stocks and shares ISA, you're good to go. All of that money is for you to enjoy. Okay, so we have UK tax efficient investing. So we have something called the individual savings account ISA. So we have stocks and shares ISA, and we have lifetime ISA if you're in the UK. In the US, they have something similar as well, but not called ISA, but they do have something similar like that where where you save a certain amount of money and there's no tax. What I would say is that in the UK, just to give people a little bit of highlight on that, it's £20,000. Can you believe it? Do you even know? I want people to say, if you know about, please put in the chat box if you know about the ISA. Put in the chat box if you've heard about the ISA, stocks and shares ISA, if you've heard about it, if you've invested in ISA in the UK. Tell me, just say yes, and if you've invested, if you're aware of it, and no if you don't know. So that, because this is an informative session, it's a free Christmas gift to you. I want no. So Tino says no, and that's good. Today you've learned something that yeah, you can actually save in a stock. So you have 20,000. So that was from April, I believe, the 6th of April 2024 to the 5th of April 2025. So technically, you still have from now to April to maximize £20,000. You can buy, and someone will say, oh, I don't have 20,000. You don't need 20,000. That's the maximum. £100 benefit. Get something out of the £100. Don't worry about the 20,000. Start from where you are. Start from the £20 that you have. Start from that sale, that dress you're going to buy, that £20 that you have. Start from there and work your way. But just be aware that there's something out there called stocks and shares ISA that you can buy for 20,000. So instead of buying your shares in an invest account, you're going to actually open a stocks and shares ISA account. There's also the lifetime ISA, which is a great tax efficient scheme that the UK has. And what that is you are only entitled out of that 20,000, you can put 4,000 in your lifetime ISA. And that 4,000, the government will actually give you 25% of it. So if you put 4,000 in, the government will give you £1,000 for free. Unfortunately, if you're above 40, you are not able to open a lifetime ISA. Most people use this to, if you want to buy a house, you can open a lifetime ISA. If you're less than 40, you can actually open a lifetime ISA and you maximize it, the 4,000, and then you'll be left with 16,000, of which you can put some in your stocks and shares ISA. So in total, you have £20,000 worth of money that you can put away, that whatever gain comes in and out of that, the taxman will leave it all to you. They will not bother you about the gain. So, and then pensions. One thing that when I started working in the UK, I didn't know was about pensions. So you go to a workplace, they will say, oh, sign up for pensions. The employer will match your pensions. A lot of people will do the bare minimum. Some people will not. I remember I did not do anything. I felt, no, I don't. The money is not enough for me. And fair enough. At that point in my life, I needed the money, and that's fine. But most pensions are actually invested in stocks and shares. So over the years, whatever money you have, imagine if most of your pension fund was invested in Apple. In 40 years, by the time you had to retire, that is quite a big chunk of money 40 years down the line. So you see that most employers will say, if you contribute 5%, I'll give you 8%. Maximize it as much as depending on your strategy or depending on your circumstance. So if you think that, oh, actually, I need cash now, and even now there's been things that the UK government has done with the pensions, so you can re-strategize and then maybe decide not to do that. But this is basically free, easy money you can get from your employer. 5%, they will top up 8%. So basically, you're getting 8% on top of your salary by you contributing 5%. But I am aware that sometimes it's not everybody that can afford that, and that's fine. But just be aware that these are ways in which you can invest you can invest tax efficiently. So look in your country, if you're based in Ghana, look at the research and find out are there any tax efficient ways of investing in Ghana or in Nigeria or wherever you're based. Do the research. As I said, Excel Wealth Academy is all about empowering you, elevating you, and working on your knowledge day to day. So that's that. If anybody had any questions on that, please let me know. So the meat of it. So we're going to talk about here. And what's the time? Oh, sorry, it's past time. Platform to buy shares. And that's the sweet piece because this is a gift. This is for you to go out there and actually implement. So it's called Trading 212. So I will let our co-host send the link, Trading 212. This all these things that you're seeing here is Trading 212. And actually, the reason why this is £67 57 is when I opened Trading 212, I think it did not have a stocks and shares ISA. So when the new policy came in and they had stocks and shares ISA. I sold all my shares from the invest and I put it into stocks and shares. So that because I thought, no, I'm not going to let the tax man get my gains. I'm going to put it into stocks and shares ISA. No, sorry. So that's the IBK Trading 212. It's trading212.com. So Vanguard is also a platform which you can buy stocks and shares from. I will need to make you aware that from January 2025, if you own less than £32,000 worth of investment, they will charge you £4 per month. But mostly Vanguard is where you will get a lot of the ETFs. So where I said VUSA, VUSA, you can buy that on Vanguard. One thing about Vanguard is most of the time they want you to put in, you have to invest in £100 worth. Trading 212 does not charge you when you buy and sell shares. And I have used Trading 212 since 2021. And this is a snip of my account. You have Money Box as well. That's where I have my lifetime ISA. You've got eToro. And for those who joined from Ghana, thank you, thank you, thank you. This was the bonus point that I said. You can download the Bamboo Investment app. So go on your Google app and search for Bamboo app. You can invest. You can buy Apple stocks. You can buy Tesla. You can buy Meta. In Ghana, there's no excuse. Wherever you are, you can invest. Like I said, you need to do your research. You need to educate yourself. You need to continue to review your portfolio. But these are platforms on your phone that you can buy these things from. So, have you downloaded the app yet? Or have you downloaded the app? Trading 212, have you downloaded it? So this is platform so that you can buy. What I would say as well is Trading 212, I believe in the UK, which every bank that you put in, you have at most £85,000, where the government does not guarantee that if anything happens to the company, they'll give you back your money. So obviously be aware that if you go and put 100,000, it's only £85,000 worth that the government is going to protect you from. So just be aware of that. Like I said, it's not a recommendation. It's just to inform you of what is out there for you to take advantage of. So we're going to move on. So how to buy shares. So you've downloaded Trading 212. You're going to go in, you will have to deposit money in. Like I said, we're going to be wise with where we invest. We're going to do stocks and shares ISA. We have £20,000 worth up to April 2025, 5th of April 2025 to invest in. So we're going to deposit some money in there. How do you buy? So M&G, I had 415 shares. Somebody said, oh, M&G cost £1.94. Tell me who has £2 or £1 coin lying somewhere in their house. Tell me. I want to know if anyone has seen any £1, £2 lying down in their house. I want to see comments in the chat. Do you have any £1, £2 lying down in your house? Have you opened your jacket and seen some £5 notes? M&G shares is £1.94. This is £1.94 or 95. If you so all you do is you just click on buy after you've put in £10 or whatsoever amount. Start from wherever you are. You have 20,000 words to use. Start from wherever you are. Do you have £10 to spare? Did you get some free money this month? Do you have a dress you can sell on Vinted? £20 that you can put in and buy 10 shares of M&G. And in May coming, potentially you can get some dividend. It might not be a lot, it might just be maybe 50p, but that 50p will add up. You can, this is maybe your strategy is to buy dividend stock, so you invest in that, or your strategy is to buy growth stock, so you buy £1 worth of Apple stock. Even though Apple is 192, you can buy 0.0001. You can buy 0.001 if you have £1. £1, you can buy Apple stock. So even though Apple is £196, you can buy £1 worth. If you're in Ghana, you can buy $1 worth of Apple stock. You don't have to buy everything. Those are the things we call fractional shares. You don't have to buy £192. $192 worth of Apple shares. You can buy £1. You can buy $2. You can buy $3. So you get a little piece of the big pie. And gradually, as you make some few monies, you get free monies here and there. You add up, you add up. One thing I try to do with those stocks that I like, for example, Apple, I'll buy, if I get £10, I'll buy zero point zero 0.01. I get £5, I'll buy. And my aim is to at least try and hit £1. So gradually, £10, £10, within 10 months, within ten months, I have one share. So I just buy gradually £10, £5 a year. Oh, sorry. Hello, can you guys hear me? It says my internet is unstable. Can everyone hear me? Please put in the
Yeah.
chat. Can you hear me? Okay, good, good. Okay, good. Sorry. Okay, I'm not sure what happened there, but my internet played up. And sorry for going over the time. There'll be time for questions. Yeah, so everybody has £2 or £1 lying there. So download Trading 212 today, like today. And I'm not recommending buying M&G, but I'm just showing you what is available. That M&G that pays dividends in May and in November, it's actually one share of it is actually less than £2. This is an educational masterclass. It's just for you to be aware of what is out there. I'm not recommending the stock, but I'm letting you know that this is what is out there. Okay, so timeline. So thanks everyone for joining me up to this timeline. Just to summarize everything that I've said, the first thing is you have to decide on an investment plan. Do you want to invest in growth shares? Do you want to invest in dividends? Do you want to invest in index? Do you want to invest in ETFs? Do you want to invest in REITs? Do you want to do a combination of both? Or you just want to test? You don't know what you want to do, so you want to do ETFs. You're just a beginner. You just don't want to worry. You just want to get the whole big pie and invest in that. Open an account. You have so many apps on your phone. Just download one of the apps, the platforms that we mentioned above. Just open an account. Most of these apps have something called like a practice account. So you can just, use it to see how it works. And then three, fund with money you are happy to lose. £2, it was lying anyways in the house anyway. So if I'm investing £2 in M&G, it's nothing. It doesn't cost me a lot. I'm not going to cry. My heartbeat is not going to go up and down because it's just money I can afford to lose. So when the market is going up and down, I'm fine. But the problem is people will go and borrow money because they've seen that, oh, Apple or Joanna said Apple increased 44, and you go and borrow money and and go and put it in. And when it starts going down, then your heart is here and there. That's what I'm saying. I'll put money that you're happy to lose. Ideally, maximize your tax efficient options. So you are aware if you're based in the UK, if you're based in the US, you are aware that there are, even though you can just buy any stocks and shares, there are actually ways to invest that you keep all the money to yourself. You don't give the tax man that money. And then buy based on your investment plan. So if your investment plan is, I'm just going to do growth stocks. I think I just want to invest in Apple. I think it's going to keep going up and up. Or I'm going to do a little bit of Apple. I'll do a little bit of dividend. I like to see 10p come in my account every day. I want to do that. Monitor, review, and adjust. Don't buy a TTCF stock which is now worth zero and leave it. Don't come to this meeting today, download trading 212 and leave it like that. Make sure you tell yourself over the weekends, whilst you're watching something on Netflix, you just scroll, look at your account. How is it doing? Is it in red? Is it in green? What is happening? Review it. What's the news? What is going on? You monitor, review, and adjust. So I hope that this is a good Christmas gift to you. If nothing at all, you've learned something that would empower you for tomorrow. These are the timelines. This is you need to come out of here with a plan. So I want, even if you don't want to write it here, I want you to spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes of your time today and come up with a plan. Come up with your plan. Tell yourself, I'm going to invest in growth stocks. I'm going to invest in dividend stocks. I don't want the border. I'm just going to do ETFs. Write down number one. I want you to write down number one, what your plan is after today. In 2025, things has to change. You need to write down your investment plan. Two, you need to make sure before the end of today, you've opened an account. Read around it, see, or before the end of next week, you've opened an account, you've practiced. You've put £10 in to see how it works. Okay, how do I even buy share? Let's see how it works. You are happy to lose the £10. That's number three. Number four, you buy based on your strategy. If you want some of the growth stocks, you want some of the dividend stocks, you monitor, you review, you tell yourself every weekend, Sunday, when I come back from church, I'm going to look at my account. This is the timeline. This is the free Christmas gift I want to give to you. So mindset. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. So don't talk about shares, do it now. Please follow us on TikTok or on Instagram, Excel Wealth Academy. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I've gone way, 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 way above the time. What's the time? 30 minutes past the time. Please send room for questions. I don't know if people had questions. Let me just give you the questions. So any questions? Let me see. Thank you. So useful. Trading 212. So you will see some of the links. Up Trading 212. Thank you, co-host, for sending that. Thank you, thank you. Yes, so is there a place you can get simplified information? Trading 212, they'll even teach you about it. Trading 212 on the app, there are places that they will teach you about it. You can Google, you can do a Google search, explain stocks to, but hopefully from this masterclass, you actually understood what stocks are, in terms of, yes, they are technical, but performance key thing when you're looking at performance is the stock price going up? Is it going down, down, down? Is it going up? Revenue, are they making more sales or are their sales going down? If they pay dividends, are they paying dividends every time or they are not paying dividends? News. I would say there's a stock I bought, there was, I don't know if everyone, there's a company called CrowdStrike. So I think there was an outage that happened, and there was, I think, CrowdStrike, and their stock prices was going down. I think all the airports were relying on their cyber security and stuff. And when I heard that, I was like, okay, I just researched. So one company can cause such commotion all over. I want to know more about this company. So I did my research, found out more about them, and then I decided to invest. And that stock has actually increased because it was on sale when it went down. And so that's basically it. I must say that if you're interested in working with us, so like I said, everything is for free. I'm still answering questions, but if you are interested in working with us, next week, by this time, there's an online group workshop, which is a practical masterclass that is happening next week, same time next week, on Zoom. But it's no obligation. A co-host will send the link for that. And then the survey, I would love to get feedback on this, how to make it better, how to improve on what I have delivered today. So please, co-host, send us the online group workshop. Please send the survey and feedback form. Please give me feedback so that I can use it to make this better. If you want the free ebook, please send an email to excelwealthacademy@yahoo.com and I will send you the free ebook as well. Let me just make sure I haven't missed any questions. If you're interested in working one-to-one with me as well, that as well, I do have a session on that as well. Co-host, please send the survey. I will try and thank you, everyone. Let me see. Is there any questions, please? I want to make sure I've answered questions. Is there any questions I haven't answered? Is there any questions I haven't answered? Thank you for your time, Tessa, as well. Um, co-host, where are you? Great session. Thank you so much for the feedback. And let me put the feedback and the survey form email on the chat. So if you're interested in working with us, please give us feedback. Please give me feedback from the session. So the survey feedback is there. The form, please fill in the form if you're interested in the group call next week. Like I said, this is entirely free. So no obligation. I just wanted to give everyone a Christmas gift to know what is out there. But we have a group call next week, and it's a paid session, 7 p.m. next week, who's going to be practical. You come into that meeting, you've downloaded your app, you have questions, you have further questions, you want to know more, you want someone to teach you where to go to, what else, what apps, what dividend stocks, things like that. The lessons I've learned over the years, you want to be empowered. Next week, I do have this online workshop happening next week, same time for £20, and um the link would have basically option for you to pay as well. Hopefully that was very informative for everyone. Thank you so much. 32 people. Thank you. I truly, truly appreciate it. I truly appreciate your time. Sorry for going over the time, but I wanted to make sure I gave everyone a Christmas gift, for those who were interested. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Joy. Thank you. Thank you so much. So please, everyone, please fill in the survey feedback and the link for the group call next week, 7 p.m. Please, if nothing at all, please give me feedback on this masterclass, just to make sure if there's things that you feel that I need to add, things that you felt maybe weren't too clear that you would love to get more information on, please give me that feedback. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Abraham, Alberta, Brigello, Constance, Ellie, Emanuela, Gabriel, Jenny, Jovia, Joy, Podo, there's someone called Podo here, Lady H, Mary, Moji, Nanayao, Nike, Obapa, Selena, Oye, Regina, Rain, Sarah, Sewa, Say, Tessie, Tino, Tosin, Valerie, Lucy, Everyone, literally everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much. We still have 32 people here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so grateful. Send an email to Excel wealthacademy@yahoo.com. If you want to work with us, you can click on this feedback form. You can book or buy the training for next week as well. For the online group workshop, I do have one-to-one. If you don't want to be in a group, you want to talk to someone one-on-one, map out things, you want to be more educated on what you can do, please, I do have that as well. But please, if you have any questions, Excel Wealth at Excel Wealth Academy at yahoo.com is the place to go. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback. I truly appreciate everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please sign up if you feel this was useful and you want to know more, you want to delve in, you want to be in that space where people are learning more, they're doing good things with money, they're investing. Everyone is, learning and learning. Next week, it's going to be a practical workshop. Um, the link would also show you where you can buy uh, the 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 workshop. It's going to be practical. Download the app, come with your questions. I'm going to share more tips. I'm going to do more research. If you're based in Ghana, make sure you've downloaded some of the apps, do your research. There will be more and more and more information. So thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone. My co-host as well, Phyllis, thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you. I appreciate you as well. Thank you. Valerie she says it was very informative. I truly appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. And that's my Christmas gift to you. So 10 years down the line, you say, Joanna told me about this and I actually took action. I think that's the key thing. Please take action. If nothing at all, please take action from today. Take action, take action, take action. Do something about what you have learned today. Don't enter 2025 the same. Do something different today. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Nike. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. If you want to work with us, please click on the survey form. I think I would encourage everyone to please actually fill the survey form as well, just so that I can get feedback on what I need to improve on as well. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Nanayao. Thank you, Abraham Longe. Thank you, Lucy O. Thank you, Alberta. Um, thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Jenny, as well. Thank you, Rigello. Thank you, Tessa. Thank you, Ellie. Um, please follow our page as well. Please follow our page. Thank you. We still have 20 people. Is it that they've left? And I just want to make sure everyone is gone. 18 people. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Okay, I'm just going to share the links again. I'm going to share the link again, and I'm going to share it on WhatsApp as well. And for the survey, um, mm, sorry. Oh, thank you. I'm just going to share the link. Excel Masterclass. Thank you. We have 13 people. Hi, Sarah Bento, Tosin E. So that's Joanna. Do-do-do. Mm, thank you. Those who are still here, thank you. Just gonna share to the page. Masterclass. Okay, so Nanaya is saying, is there a WhatsApp group I could join? Yes, give me your number and I will create a WhatsApp group for those who are interested as well. I will create a WhatsApp group. Yes. Thank you, Nanaya Onuako. Okay, so let me save your number. Um, Joanna. Thank you, Manuela. How are you? Alberta, Sarah. I'm literally waiting for everyone to say bye before. Let me save the number from the gentleman. Um, zero, zero, 335. Oh, I'll have to stop the recording. Sorry.